All good things come to an end. Youth peer support relationships are no exception, as peer support is meant to be time-limited and provided only as long as your peer needs and wants support. Peer support relationships can end for a variety of reasons. For example, things might come up unexpectedly for you or your peer, such as a move or new commitments that impact the time you have available. Sometimes peer support relationships end because you and your peer decide that support is no longer needed. Regardless of the reason, it's important to make sure both of you feel comfortable with how the relationship is ending and what comes next. We ask peer supporters for their advice on steps you can take to respectfully wrap up a peer support relationship. Here are some of their suggestions. Carve out time to meet one-on-one with your peer to discuss why the relationship is ending. Take the opportunity to reflect on the good times, lessons learned, and milestones that took place during the relationship. Talk about your peers' plans for the future, including supports that will be available in case they need them. Most importantly, be warm and kind, and don't rush this step. Closure is so important as your peer support relationship comes to an end. Just as youth peer support relationships come to an end, this learning series must also come to an end. Throughout these videos, we've explored some important considerations about youth peer support. To recap, here are some highlights. Youth peer support is about listening, showing empathy, and connecting with another person. As a youth peer supporter, you have the power to support your peers' wellness journey and help them find balance and a better quality of life. Communication is at the heart of youth peer support. Pay attention to the language you use, practice reflective listening, and remember that there are healthy ways to talk through tricky conversations. A key ingredient of peer support is a sense of shared identity or experience between you and your peer. Sharing your story is a great way to create connections and strengthen the bond between you and your peer. Remember that it's important for you to accept differences and value the person you're supporting. It takes practice, reflection, and an open mind to feel comfortable working in a partnership with people who are different from you. Be mindful of triggers, both your own and those of your peer, and the limits to the privacy between you and your peer. If your peer expresses that they want to hurt themselves or someone else, you must tell someone. Don't forget to look out for yourself too. As a youth peer supporter, self-care and boundaries are crucial. You can't take care of others if you don't take care of yourself. It's also important to develop connections with others in your community, both for yourself and for your peer. These connections with supportive people and resources in your community can play an important role in supporting you while you support your peer. Finally, don't forget about the importance of closure. Regardless of why a peer support relationship is ending, you and your peer need to feel comfortable with how it's ending. Remember, there's a lot to learn about peer support, and these videos are just the beginning. To support you on your journey, check out these resources for more information. Thanks for watching.